like it's gonna chuck it down at any moment. I'm on the way to meet a man about a very important ride. This is David, and today I'm joining David on a little training ride. What are you training for?
I'm actually training for London to Paris in July. 4-day event. There's 10 of us going to cycle. Really looking forward to it. We get into Paris on the Saturday, and the following day is the last day of the Tour de France, so we'll be there to get to see a bit of it.
Took my gravel bike out, properly stitched him up with the route here. I'm sorry. Your lovely
good.
carbon wheels.
Yeah, they're all good. Bit of training for the Champs-Elysees. The lock. Saw that on the previous video.
Yeah, it's still going. I just need to use it.
The balaclava was the best bit, actually.
Now we're really nice and sweaty. I'm going to interview you.
Yeah,
and
okay.
ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Your London-Paris ride is not just a London-Paris ride. Who's this?
So that's a graphic of my son Adam, and it's that's the reason why we're doing London to Paris in his memory. Adam was 24 when he was diagnosed with a brain tumour. Out of the blue, he'd been, perfectly fit, healthy young man before then. Did most of the things that 24-year-olds did. Loved his cars. Had started to come out cycling with his old man. And as I say, in 2016, just suddenly diagnosed with a brain tumour after one morning suffering 3 major seizures in quick succession. Didn't have a history of epilepsy, didn't have a history of seizures or anything. So Adam was in for surgery a few months later, then started a grueling round of radiotherapy, and then later that year chemo, and then every 3 months MRI scans, and got to a position of being stable, returned to a normal sort of life, getting on with things. And it was December 2019 that we lost him. The intervening 4 years had been fun-packed. He was pretty healthy for most of that time. Ticked off a load of life goals that he wanted. He got engaged, got married, and came and did a Grand Canyon ride that we'd signed up to do before his diagnosis. And did so much. So there's 10 of us actually going to ride London to Paris in July this year, having postponed it from last year. We're riding in Adam's memory, as you said. Adam had done 2 London to Parises himself, fundraising on both occasions, and it's just going to be it's going to be emotional, but it's going to be a fitting tribute to what was a remarkable young man. And I can't wait, really can't wait. 10 of us on the team, 4 of whom had never met Adam, but had been inspired by what he'd done in his life to want to come and be a part of this.
Did he really look like this?
He did. Yeah, so we found that
spitting image.
Yeah, we found that Adam and I went to the motor show in Frankfurt. Adam was a bit of a petrol head, no idea where he got that from. That was a logo on a cafe in the motor show, and it was his likeness. So hence the logo on the shirt. You
gave me a bit of a kicking on that ride. You're going to be the strongest one there?
Definitely not. There's a few of the guys that are on the ride that are a bit younger and definitely much fitter than me. But it's just about having a lot of fun on the event.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a fantastic ride. You can have an amazing time, and for an amazing cause as well. The brain tumour charity. The
brain tumour charity that we're fundraising for is Brain Tumour Research UK. It is absolutely vital that more and more research is funded, because so little is known about brain tumours, and they are the biggest single cause of cancer-related deaths in the under 40s.
I'm sure everyone watching this video will join me in wishing you the best for it.
Great, thank you very much.
And good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
So where can people find out about the ride?
In the description on this video down below.
Bit of YouTuber, Well, after a funny turn of events, turns out me and David are both in Paris at the same time at the end of the Tour de France. So maybe I'll be able to catch up with him and get on camera how the actual event went. Just riding home, uphill the whole way. Riding to and from the city seems to be the only exercise I'm getting at the moment. Maybe if I ride it really hard, I'll get some fitness. Look at all of this, massively overgrown. Tiny bit of rain, some nice weather. This is going to be, well, it'll be stinging nettles to ruin all of our gravel rides. I'm late to the party here. Inside this box, there is some very cool new stuff sent to me very kindly by the guys at Tailfin. for all of your carrying stuff on bike needs, they've released their new bags, which fit into cargo cages. So anywhere you have a bottle cage mount on your bike, you can fit one of these, which for bike packing or commuting or any situation where you need to carry stuff on your bike is very handy. And it just so happens my gravel bike has got loads of bottle cage mounts on it. So once the cargo cages are mounted to your bike, then you have these bags separately, the cage packs. Fill them with stuff that you would take on a trip, like tools, roll them up, clip them together like a croissant, and then strap them to your bike using these. And look, here's one I prepared earlier. This is what the bag looks like when it's strapped on to the cargo cage. Now these cage packs come in 3 sizes, and this is the smallest one and probably the only one that you'll manage to squeeze in underneath a frame, unless you're going to be putting it on a mountain bike which has got a longer wheelbase and the wheel will be out the way. But for road and gravel, the 1.7 is probably the only one that will fit, and that's the one I'm using here. Personally, my recommendation would be to put stuff in here that you're not going to need when you're out on the road, because the straps take a little bit longer to install. Make sure it's all snug and neat, rather than a bar bag where you can just unzip and grab your stuff out of. So a really useful bit of kit, and the more mounts that you have on the bike, the more you're going to be able to use these. I've only really got bottle cages in normal places, the one underneath the down tube here, and then one on the top tube where you need a really small bag to make sure it doesn't hit your knees and stuff like that. It is awesome to see Tailfin releasing more and more stuff and building this great collection of bike packing gear that all works so seamlessly together. So if you want to check out their stuff, link in the description, tailfin.cc.